Welcome back, it's your boy Mr. Green Hands. I'm here at the allotment in this beautiful day today, but the main reason I want to be on this video right now to explain there's a few things you want to try to avoid whenever you're a new gardener at your allotment. When you have just obtained your allotment will not look like my one. My allotment has its beautiful setup, which I have worked diligently over the years to get it to where it's at, where I'm happy with. Your allotment has a higher chance. Don't mind the pile of wood chips that's there. That is for me. I got plans for you. But your allotment, maybe, this is a little bit extreme, may look like something like this. Or it might look something like this. When you just have your allotment here, the first thing you want to think about is how are you going to plan your garden? And not planning out your garden is one of the biggest mistakes that I have had to learn. I've had to change my allotment so many times to suit whatever I was doing, and having a plan, which even I myself is still learning to grasp that a little bit, because I've changed how I have gardened throughout the time that I've been here. So one of the things that you want to avoid is not having a little bit of planning, which can take your garden a long way. One of the other things that you can think about as well while you're at the allotment, enjoying the beauty of the nature around you, is to consider not growing things that you don't eat. Because if you were, for example, to start to grow things that you don't eat, you're going to be using up all that space wherever you are, and you're not going to consume it. You're possibly just going to let it die or hand it to someone else. So start off small with the vegetables that you are used to, and then later on, maybe a few times down, maybe a few seasons down the year, you can start to kind of implement a few other vegetables that you have tasted to add some value. And for me, even me right now saying this to you, every year I try to grow one or two new type of vegetables and taste it. If I like it, I will continuously grow that. If I don't, I just leave it by the wayside. But this is the thing, don't overthink it, don't over manifest it, keep it simple, because it is your first time out there at the allotment. You don't want to overwork yourself. Then you're planning, when you're starting to plan your garden, have an idea, are you going to be doing raised beds, which are these ones here that I've made myself out of recycled wood pallets, which are doing a really good job, or you're going to do no dig, which I have turned all my garden into because I prefer that way over the years, or you're just going to do tilling, which does require a lot more work, physical work. Another thing to consider whenever you're out and you're a new person to an allotment trying to get your garden up and going is considering having some pathways, because pathways are amazing, and I've used wood chips along my pathways. In turn, that helps with the soil retention, it helps with the moisture, and it breaks down and add value to my soil. So if I was to say I dug all of this up here, all around here, by not having the pathway, I will be having to step all along the dirt or the beds that I've prepared, and all the muddiness that's going to be here. Because look, my shoes is a little bit muddy, that's because I've been stepping in something around in other sections, but all around my allotment I've considered having wood chips because they're just amazing to have, and it's free at the allotment, or most people have them at the allotment, so why not consider creating pathways? There's other ways to make pathways. Some people use the membrane, which is the landscape membrane, but I don't have any of that. So I just like to have a massive pile of wood chips on top of that. In times it's just going to break down. One of the other things that a lot of people don't think about as well, try to avoid not knowing how much time it will take to be here, because being at the allotment isn't very easy. I repeat, it isn't easy. Maintenance of allotment is a lot of work, but there's ways that you can learn to minimize the amount of work that you have to do, but it does require some work, I kid you not. So learning about your time, you know, how much time you will be spending out here, but it is beautiful for me. I don't mind how long I spend out here, but just managing your time to make sure you're taking care of the plants and taking care of the soil, which is very important, so you can actually have a great harvest at the end of the season, or even before that. Another thing you want to try to avoid, having too many trees close by. If it's possible, you can prune your trees, because this tree here, this is a conference pear tree. I have pruned it back to allow a lot more light to come through the cambium, you know, or the leaves, the canopy, not the cambium. Allow a lot of light to come through the canopy and hit my plants so they can have all the sunlight they need to do great. Avoid as well not having, and that is a compost box. This is going to be the lifeline to your garden. Not composting is like throwing away gold. Composting is so amazing, because you take everything that you grow within that period of time, turn it into something beautiful, and then you add that value back to your compost, to your garden beds, and then it's just going to grow beautiful plants for you. So not having that compost bin, to me, is one of the things that I don't know why people don't have it, or everybody have it. We don't know. Remember, your garden is your garden, and you can choose how you do it. But not having one, to me, it doesn't make any sense. A little bit of composting can go a long way, and it saves you money, and it adds fertilizing, natural fertilization to your beds, that every year that we're running out there buying all these organic or so-called organic things, you can actually do it right here for yourself. It does require a little bit of understanding of some knowledge, but once you learn learn yourself, or just taking a little bit of information by it, because we have enough information around the world now, and try it for yourself, it will save you money in the long term. The next thing we should try to avoid is not having a rainwater caption set up. I've got some guttering along the side here, and I have a tube coming down, and I've only got a barrel, but that one barrel can help to feed my plants, because rainwater is a natural, beautiful thing for the plants. My plants grow 10 times better with rainwater than any other water there is. There's something about the rain, and if you have ever seen rain fall and 2 days later you go out, the grass is looking 10 times greener, there is a reason why we should be collecting and harvesting water so we can feed our plants. Because obviously, being at allotment, there is a cutoff point, and if you want to start your seeds early and keep them watered, which I think right now in where I'm at, the water pipes are not back on yet. We're heading towards spring, but it's not back on yet. So having that rainwater, I can still water my plants that I'm germinating outside in the cold frame right here, which is going to take some time, but it's going to be beautiful in the long term, because there's something about rainwater that nothing can beat that, and it's just beautiful. So one of the things is to just try to think about these little hints. And the last thing I want to talk about is overthinking what you're going to be doing. Take your time. You can start small. You can start with your garden boxes, your garden beds, small ones, and once you've developed it and you got it running, you can expand. I think it took me about 3 years to get my garden into no dig, because I love the way my garden works for me, and it's delivering absolute great result by doing these things. So take them how you will. It is your garden. Do whatever you wish. It's your way of growing, and no one can tell you what to do. But just a few suggestions to help you. Thank you very much, guys. This is your boy, Mr. Green Hands, and I'm here on this beautiful day out here and enjoying a little bit of sunshine. The vitamin D is very important to me, and it can be for you too. And that is it for me. This is your boy, Mr. Green Hands. Please do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe button if you love what I'm doing, and that notification bell that will keep you up to date whatever I'm out here doing. And don't forget to look after the planet, because we have to. It's our home.